So recently on my TikTok feed, I've been seeing some dating TikToks, but from the men's side, which I don't usually get recommended that in my algorithm. I usually get recommended the women's side. I found this particular TikTok interesting and something that I wanted to discuss because this man is questioning why he didn't get a response to go on the first date. So there are a few points in here that I wanted to go over with you guys and we can kind of discuss it together. The consensus in the comments is basically that it's his fault. So let's try to figure out why this guy didn't get a date.
Okay, here's how dating is going so far. This is a good one. Context, I met her at Lululemon. So, she was a baddie. She was helping my friend with clothes. I was outside the dressing room. We were just chatting it up. Vibes were super good, chill. I wasn't even pressing or being super flirty, but they were just really good, and we talked for 5 minutes total.
So first impressions, he asks for her number while she's working. I definitely don't think you should be hitting on people when they're working for two reasons. First of all, it's not appropriate, but second of all, they have to be nice to you. You're not going to get a real response if you hit on someone while they're working. As he was saying, she was helping his friend. So it's kind of going to be super awkward if she's just if she turns him down right there.
And so I was like, you know what? She seems cool. Let me ask for a number. I got her number. She was really nice about it. We texted a couple times. We tried to go out once. It didn't work out.
So she gives him her number at work. They tried to hang out a few times, but it didn't turn out. Maybe we can catch on and see why it's not going through.
And then this is where we're at. I said, hey, so I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but I'm free tomorrow or Thursday. Would either work out for you? Gave her options. She goes, hey, let's do something Thursday. I get off around 5. Okay, some exclamation points in there. I'm thinking, cool, right? That's a pretty good text. Okay, cool. So that was Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I go, okay, cool. I'll text you tomorrow with plans.
Okay, so she messages him. I'm assuming the first message was on Tuesday too. Him saying, hey, so I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but I'm free either tomorrow or Thursday. So I'm guessing both this message exchange, the first one was on Tuesday. And then she said, hey, okay, let's do something Thursday. So she responds at 8:40. I don't see why he couldn't have answered back on Tuesday confirming something, but he did answer at 6 a.m. So maybe he goes to bed early, but I know and you know that we're all always on our phone. Who knows, maybe this man does go to bed at 8 o'clock. We don't know, but I think that if he wanted to be a little more proactive right away, he could have answered on Tuesday night. So next, his message is just, okay, cool. I'll text you tomorrow with plans. This is where I think the first issue is arising. She already confirmed that she is working. She says she gets off around 5. So you're going to not give plans in advance. Specifically in my case, if someone asks me the day of while I'm at work, if I want to hang out, I'm going to say no. There's a couple of different reasons. First of all, I'm in my work clothes. I'm not going out in my work clothes. That's my business and my business alone. Second of all, I work really far from where I live. So the time that it's going to take for me to go all the way home, get ready, get changed, it's already going to be past dinner time. What are we going to do that late at night? You want to hang out with me and you're not going to tell me what you want to do?
I don't hear. Well, I'm going to assume the date's on. So Thursday.
So she doesn't answer after he sends that text on Wednesday. Possibly because she's already thinking, what the hell? Why can't you tell me the plans now?
I go, hey, I was thinking dinner and maybe arcade if that's chill.
So he waits until Thursday at 12:52. She's most definitely already at work at this time. I was thinking dinner and arcade if that's chill. You couldn't have said that on Wednesday. You couldn't have thought of these strategic plans, dinner and arcade. It took you a whole 24 hours to think of going to dinner at an arcade. And also, he's still not specifically picking a restaurant and he's not picking an arcade. I need a minimum 48 hours in advance if you want to make plans. He is giving such flaky vibes. I really think that's why she's not answering too. Because if a man messages me that he'll text me the day of with plans, I'm already thinking this date is not happening because first of all, you're not even taking the time to schedule a reservation or tell me you want to meet me here and you're not giving me enough notice. That means, to me, that just seems like you don't respect my time.
Those are my plans. How's that sound? So from Tuesday to Thursday when the date was, I double texted.
This is not double texting. Those two messages should have been one message. On Wednesday, he should have said, okay, cool. Do you want to go to dinner and the arcade on Thursday? There's a direct plan. Now, I do understand that she did not answer on Wednesday, but once again, he did not have direct plans. Also, there's nothing really that she could follow up with that. I guess maybe she could confirm and she could say, okay, but there's nothing you can really respond to. Okay, cool, I'll text you tomorrow with plans.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear from you yesterday, so I thought maybe you decided you didn't want to go. So at work today, I made plans with some coworkers to go to the South Mountain. I'm so sorry, I would have texted sooner, but I just got off. Dude, that one was so funny, bro. I didn't hear from you yesterday.
So technically, she did hear from him. I'll give him that. He did make an effort, but it was not a direct effort. It was pretty flaky.
But you did. I said, I'll text you tomorrow with plans. Like, I will. So, but the gaslighting. So, I thought maybe you decided you didn't want to go. Oh, you didn't hear from me. Not true. But you just assumed I didn't want to go. I got your number. I was texting you. I made plans. But you figured I wasn't down.
She thinks you're not down because you're not giving direct plans. You're giving very general. It kind of seems like you're very wishy-washy and you're not being direct.
I mean, that was some next level stuff right there. Gotta love it.
So my conclusion, from her point of view, it just seems like this guy that hit on her while she was at work, she gave him her number. Maybe she was feeling it, maybe she wasn't, maybe she felt obligated to because she didn't want it to be awkward, which I know as a woman I have done that before, where I don't want a situation to become awkward, so then I give someone my number if they ask. I no longer do this. Also, from her responses, do we think that she's just not interested, or do we think that she's returning his energy? But what do you guys think? What is your consensus on this situation? Do you think that she should have answered? Do you think that she's not interested? Do you think that he was being pushy? What do you guys think? Make sure to leave a comment, like this video, and let's get chatting in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.